Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me here, and it's nice to be here again. So, what are we going to hear next is about, like Ernst said, about Trimble Connect, the platform for communication and collaboration. And of course, Trimble Connect has already been published for a long time ago, or 1 year or something. But today I'm going to tell you about some of the latest news and new features, what has happened lately. Okay, so here's the agenda for today. So let's start with the platform overall picture. What is Trimble Connect, kind of. Then we go deeper, more to see how the document management and information management system is working. And then, of course, the communication part is really important, so we look a little bit closer how you can use drawings and BIM models and communicate through Trimble Connect. And last one is the visual project tracking, so we can use BIM models for visualize how our construction project is progressing. Let's see that. So I think some of these issues has already mentioned today, but these are some of the challenges we know that there is in construction industry. Of course, communication is the number one. So there's a lot of different disciplines, project members in our construction projects. And if you're looking at the drawings, people might get their own 3D model inside their head and think about a little bit different of these drawings. Then we know that there's a lot of documents, drawings, models, Excel sheets, Word documents, reports, and managing all that data is really a challenge in the project. And of course, what happens if there's a change in the project or into the one document? There's a lot of changes, for example, in drawings. How you can be sure that every project member had the latest information, the latest document, and they understand everything same time and same way. So this is the challenge we are trying to tackle with Trimble Connect. And also some of more challenges. This is from the Lean construction event in Finland last year. This is Rambo engineering company. They were doing research for the design process. What are the challenges? What is the waste in there? And we can notice some of the basic same things that we have here. So communication and inefficient workflows. So hopefully we will support that with our solution. So what is Trimble Connect and why it's called this kind of collaboration platform? So the idea is that it's a cloud-based system and information is in one place. The documents everything is there. And that's why you can easily access everything. It's safe and it's in digital format also. So no papers in that. So of course the most important thing is that you need to access this information and data. And then there's different ways of doing that. As we know that mobile phones, tablets and all these kind of devices are more and more popular nowadays. So that's why we need to support all different ways of accessing the data. So for example, if I download one drawing or IC model to the cloud-based system, I can easily access that, download that information, IC model, to my laptop. I can see it from even any computer with the browser, anywhere, or I can then open it with a mobile phone or tablet, Android or iOS. So pretty easy. Then, of course, many of these cloud-based systems like Dropbox, OneDrive, they have this tool that can automate some of the manual things that in projects people do. So this Trimble Connect Sync tool is automating upload and download the files and information to the cloud. So if you have some system in your company that you have, for example, the drawings already, you can just say that every night it will update the drawings there, and then everyone with these different user interfaces can see those drawings in next morning. So, Trimble Connect, up-to-date documentation, of course, it's one place it's easier to manage. There is many features or good things. For example, project history is saved. You can see who uploaded the drawing, when was it, and which version is it. But I will come more about that there also. Then it supports many workflows. It doesn't matter, are you engineering office, general contractor, or you're working with the whole project, all disciplines in the same system. So it supports different ways of working. You can use it also in small or big projects, renovation projects, new projects, it doesn't matter, everything is supported. So we talk a lot about the Trimble Connect platform, but now this is that I kind of show you that you can access the information with this. But it's also more. So it's a kind of that there's a platform here that you can integrate with different systems. And of course with Trimble we have started with our own systems. So for example, Tekla structures. If you're working with Tekla, you can publish your model and drawings automatically to the Trimble Connect platform. So you can then again see this information with different user interfaces. You can also, for example, structural engineer can work in Tekla and then do the communication in Tekla structures. He doesn't need to go or she to the Trimble Connect and create some communication there. So the idea is that this supports that you can stay the software that you're using. And you can see that there's a lot of Trimble software that we are already supporting. And then there is this other part which is also really important. So you can create some add-ons, it's an open system, and do some integration with the production systems. But I will come back later to this part and show that what have we done, for example, on here. But these have already done with the Trimble and connected with the Trimble Connect. And of course today we are talking also about Microsoft HoloLens, and it's also one user interface. Trimble Connect for HoloLens, it's not published, but you will see it today and try it later during the coffee break. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. So how this Trimble Connect then can be used in the construction and in real projects. Today I'm showing one project. It's called Just Project. It's a new social healthcare center in Järvenpää in Finland. It won some BIM awards, and that's why I have used that as an example. And all the models that you can see is used from this project. And there you can see all the project members and some information of this case example that we're using today. Okay, so let's dig in and see what is Trimble Connect and how it looks like. So this is the web browser-based system that we are now entering. So you have a Trimble ID where you go inside any computer just using the browser, and there you can see first phase, you can see all your projects here. Of course, you want to first maybe see what are all the projects that you are invited. You can create a new project here, or you can see also we have servers all over the world that maybe when you create, for example, a project here, you might select first that I want to use the European server because it's faster here. But if you have a project somewhere else, you choose also the server that you need. And of course some search functionalities that you can use searching some old projects also. Then on right top corner we have some profile information. You can manage your profile, and then this magic button here opens and shows all the add-ons and user interfaces that we have already created to Trimble Connect. But then quickly we go inside this one project, this just project, and the first thing we see is that this is the data structure that we have here inside the project. So we can see all the folders that I have created this. We can jump inside any folder and see what are the documents inside there. And as a kind of quite basic system for different document management, we have some basic features. So uploading, downloading, sharing information, sending a link, and then from here more is quite important is the, let's see here, so whoops, it went jump a little bit too fast. Let's try it again. Sorry about that. Yeah, a little bit back. Yeah. So just a second, it will open the drop down menu there. And then we can see that, okay, I've selected now one folder, architectural folder, and of course first thing that we want to modify the folder permissions. Who can access this folder? Is it everyone, or is it just a group of members, in some group of members in our project? Then of course we can do some other things. For example, we can check out files, which means that you can log file when you're modifying it, but then when you're ready you can check in the file and everyone can see it and open and modify it further. So here you can see that we have a quite simple permissions, so full access, no access, and read-only access. So this way you can manage. The default setting is that everyone can access everything, so it's an open idea for the transforming or giving the information and data to all project members. So naturally the next phase is then the project members and groups. This is of course the important that we can invite the whole project team here, and we can customize the groups here. I made it some basic groups, so you can use those when you're sharing the data. You can share data for each individual member, or then using these groups. For example, that let's share one document for the precast fabricator, and if there's 10 persons, it will send an email that you have a new document in Trimble Connect, and please see what's happening there. And of course I can invite members, I can modify these groups, I can manage who belongs to which group. Here, let's change that Stasi is not anymore, let's see, HVAC is working HVAC today, so he's a HVAC member. And then we can remove, for example, the owner or the owner group. So this is how to manage some basic settings. Then you have some settings that you might be interested to see that, okay, what can be changed here. So first of all, of course, make the unit. We are in Europe, we want to use the metric unit. Then what kind of files we are syncing, what file formats are we supporting with our project. Some basic settings for viewer. Maybe the most important here is that, like I mentioned, that Trimble Connect will automatically send some emails. What's happening in the project, you can see, for example, we have this to-do task. I will go that later. But with to-do that task, if I create a new to-do task, will it send automatic email right away for you that you have assigned this task? Or then you can decide that let's make one report, and every morning, for example, it will send you a report what's happening in your project. And this can be managed, as you can see, files, folders, users, so everything, releases, comments and stuff. So you can manage this really deeply on a detail level, what can be shown on the email. Let's see, some problems jumping with the slides. Okay, so I had some information that when should the report come to my email. Okay, so let's go more deep to the documents that we have in Trimble Connect. So we support all kind of documents. Sorry, these are PDF drawings. We have IFC, land Oksama, open BIM formats, DVGs, many formats that we support here, and of course all other Microsoft Excel and Word documents too. We can see here the revisions, so all the versions here, we can download it here easily to see that there was 2 versions of this one drawing. We can see what's the activity, what's happening with that one document. We can see that, okay, I made some comment, I made some change, what else? I can also view here the drawings, open it in the browser, view it. I can see it here, both versions all the time, quickly open the old one and see what's the change. We can do some basic redlining there, some marks, but I will come to that later. And of course, Excel sheets we can also open easily here. Just a second and it will open. Again, you cannot modify here, but you can view it, you can download it, then start doing some modification and upload it back here. And make some marks like you also with the same data drawing you can do with the Excel sheet. And same with the Word document. So all this basic documentation that we probably have in our construction project, we can manage here and view it easily. And of course, we support all the BIM models, open formats, also Revit native models. We support land Oksama, like I mentioned. So here we just open quickly SketchUp files. We support. This is just some area model that I open here, and then we can, like in the drawing, we can make some views, some markups for the model. So here I'm creating an example view from this building, for example, from the north side, and then create some text, and here I can use some of the groups that I made, so I will share this view to all architects in my project. And you can see that and it's created by me. And the idea with these views are, of course, that when you click it, it will open the document and take you to the place that the communication was happening. And then, like I mentioned, some basic features for creating some markups top of the model. Some lines, some change clouds, text, anything. I can comment it here, the file, and all the time see the activity and the revisions also. Yeah, now I will add some text that this is the north side of the building. Let's jump maybe a little bit further. Okay, so that was part of, and like I mentioned, you can use it. So releases. This is probably quite important or interesting feature also here. This is more maybe based on the drawing releases that many designing or engineering companies uses. So what you can do is that you can collect all the documents that you are planning to publish here, and you can, for example, put it in a folder where the permissions that no one can see it yet. But with this release function, you can then, when the drawings are ready, you can gather, for example, as many drawings you want, and then publish it again or share it with some group that it is in system. So for example, let's create one drawing set. It could be something, what's the due date, when it should be published, who is with shared, and let some description also there. Then we add the documents. It could be models, it could be drawings, it could be any kind of document. And then when this is sent and shared, they will get again email and they will get access to these files. So this is quite good function that we have here. Here I'm selecting just the drawings and adding those to that release that I made. And now you can see from the release tab that there is open, sent and received. And you can easily download this on your computer. So that was part of the document management that I told you, but there's much more. So let's go further. So the communication part was not kind of skipped there, but we have this to-do task that I already mentioned. To-do could be kind of just giving some simple tasks someone. It could be a request for information, ask some decision or question or comment. So it's many ways you can use this to-do. And on the right side you can see how it works. For example, in Trimble Connect desktop you can also create this to-do with the view from the model. And these to-dos can be done top of drawings, top of models, and top of different documents. And you can also link here, for example, this I can add attachment. There's a model, so let's add also a drawing for the same area, so it's easier to compare what about the models and the drawings. And there's also status, so we can follow that what is it in progress, waiting, closed and done. So we can make sure that everything in our project is done when the due date is. Here I'm adding now just a couple of PDF drawing also to this one. Like that. And then of course I assign this one, for example, this I assign to the HVAC team, and then they can use these views to open the model or open the drawings also using that. And one of course important thing is that we have 16 different languages, so you can change language and then still the information is same in different languages. So this helps a lot working with multi-company projects. Okay, so again about a little bit the communication more. So this is example from the web then. And like I mentioned that you can do this to-do task top of drawings also. Let's open drawing, a PDF file. And then we have some question for the designer. For example, this. Let's see, we are checking from some detail from there, and then we can add some comment. This is in Finnish, but you can add any comment there. And then this comment is a general for the file, so it doesn't automatically go to the right person. But then when we create this to-do task, we're talking about this area, add like I showed, so some additional information there. And then assign this one, for example, the structural engineer. Please give me some additional information for this detail. Yeah. And this is done on the web browser again. But I think one of the most important features here that we have is this activity project history that we have. This is on the web page that we can see that there's the activity tab. And here is several ways of searching and filtering the data that we have. What has happened in my project. And this is a good way of checking that is everything done. For example, here my colleague Riku, I was checking that what Riku has done lately. So I can see he downloaded some models and commented or something else. I can use also the groups that I made. So there could be architectural group that I can see what has all the architects done lately. What have happened last 7 days. So easy to see what's happening. And of course we are not interested in only the documents, but more about also the information. So this is from the desktop that we can see all the, using BIM model we can of course see also all the objects and calculate some basic quantities and get more information of those objects. So that's of course the benefit for using the BIM models, that we can see what are the material, what are the structures, and what is the quantity. And same feature also for the mobile tool. So this is the Trimble Connect mobile. We have this quick inquiry tool that you can see, select some objects from the model and then see what's the quantity. Or for example, what is the basic information of these precast elements. So getting more information from the system also. Then of course we have different kind of things here. We have a point cloud support with the desktop version. You can see this is in Espoo, the office where I'm working. This one, this is the point cloud from the whole city, and you can open that one. Then we have also a class check functionality there. The idea is that the platform itself, you select some models and it will start doing the class checking as a service there, and it will send an email for you that okay, now the class checking is done, please go and check what are the classes. And the class checking can be done on the web or desktop version. So these are pretty new. This point cloud support is just came in the latest version for the desktop. Okay, but the last thing is that, like I mentioned, that we have done already some add-ons for Trimble Connect, and this is kind of that we created first example that how you can do some more tools to use the Trimble Connect. So like I showed, Trimble Connect is the basic package is more about the communication and viewing the model or the documents, but now we really want to start adding some information to manage the project and follow the progress of our project. So this is normally how it has been done. So I have done this also on the construction side. So just covering the drawings, that making sure that which has been delivered to the site and what has been fabricated on factory. And of course there is some other ways that you have seen. So this is the basic thing that you can add some date to Tekla structures, and then for Excel, for example, using Excel you can share that information to the other project parties. But this is a little bit too hard. This happens in some projects, but it's not easy as it should be. So what have we done with the new system is that this is the old way that you should send the whole model, for example, the Excel sheet, to get the information, what's the status. With the new idea is that in Trimble Connect we have now this database there, and with different tools we can now easily just send some small package or the status information through internet. For example, here structural engineering can work in Tekla structures, and then create some designing statuses for how is the designing progressing. Publishing that information through the Trimble Connect cloud. Anyone who is in the same Trimble Connect project can see it's almost real time. It takes like 30 seconds that this information that this is now designed, it goes through the cloud and then back to the, for example, this tablet. And you can use here as IFC model, so there's a link between these. And of course then you can integrate to this service also using, it's an open system, so you can, for example, with your production system, you can integrate straight to there. And I will give a later example of that also. So this is how it happens. Now we are in a Trimble Connect desktop, and we want to start following some task. So let's create a task. We can define task, just any kind of task that we want to follow, that we can use, for example, the PIM model. So in this case we are following the formwork task, and first of all we want to share this information to all the project parties, so we don't want to be this private for it. It could be private if we are following some company internal statuses, and then it could be private. But in this case it's public task that we start following. So let's see it again. Okay, now we just create the task and select that it's private, and then it's already there. And the basic setting is that everything in the model turns gray, so it kind of shows that nothing has happened here. But as you can see that here are the colors of these different tasks, that for example gray, there's no information for these objects or these structures. And of course green one, we can see that these are completed, so this is easy for understand for everyone. And then just start clicking and adding that information. The structures we can communicate here. So let's see. And also from the mobile, the whole idea is that with these different user interfaces you can use Tekla structures, Trimble Connect desktop, Trimble Connect mobile. You can see all the same information. And then we start actually tracking its statuses. So let's see, here we are in the Tekla structures, and then we have the mobile in the same view. And then it doesn't matter, but we start from the side, for example, adding that this lab here, what's the color, it was started, and then through the web it goes here, and you can see the same information, almost real time in Tekla structures. Again, it works both ways, and this model in Tekla structures, this could be Tekla native or IFC model. Yeah, so it goes both ways. And even if you're offline, you're working site, so you can work offline, and when you go online, the information is synced there. And again, with this feature, I think the most important thing is that we are now collecting all the data of the statuses of different tasks, but we want the history be saved also. So the idea is that we will save actually all the statuses and all the modifications that has been done during the project. And for example, if there is something to do, some repair, we can use the to-do to communicate some other participant that please go and repair this one, and then we can, again, it was repaired, and then we can start doing transportation, site storage, placing, and then it's finished. And this information now is gathered, and then of course maybe someday, now we can visualize that history, but someday we can probably take some report or analyze that data more deeper. At the moment we are concentrating just gathering the data easily from different ways. But so you can see all the times, all the history, and go back and see what happened, for example, 1 month ago for that task and that structure.